Yo, what's going on YouTube? Too Shiny here. You already know the business.
If it rhymes, that's when you know it's true.
If you're not living for Jesus, you're not living at all, man. Alright guys, this is something I've been waiting to do for a while. Sorry that I haven't been able to get to this sooner. I definitely wanted to do this for a long time. Since I was waiting for the remake to come out way back in the day. Of course, since 2015, I've been waiting for this game to come out. It's funny, it took me this long. I beat the game a long time ago, but I never thought to actually do this. So I wanted to just go ahead and do this little comparison real fast. And then we can get right to what we need to do.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Alright, let's go ahead and do this. Now, for the record, I already knew the Final Fantasy VII Remake was not going to be the same as Final Fantasy 15. For some reason, people always put this ridiculous stereotype on anything that even remotely looks like action-based combat from Square Enix. But if you've played both games, it's not hard to see that both of these games are completely different experiences. Final Fantasy 15 is focused on gameplay through the eyes of Noctis Lucius Kalin. The game only focuses on his dynamic in story development as well, since he's the crown prince and soon-to-be husband of Princess Tenebrae Lunafreya. Fighting is very still and one-dimensional, and so is the exploration. Fighting feels extremely automated without any need for strategic thinking and a level-headed approach to combat. You can literally hold down the circle button or B button for the Xbox, and Noctis will automatically attack whatever he has locked onto. That is absolutely ridiculous. Also, you can only control your teammates via team attacks when your gauge has been filled to a certain point. I know. They added a later patch, or I guess it's an update, once they released all the separate DLCs for each character. But this does not fix the Noctis-focused gameplay that is still in the game, no matter how they try to update the game. This is completely different than Final Fantasy VII Remake currently. The combat in Final Fantasy VII Remake is focused purely on a strategical approach, but also allowing button mashy combat if that's what you want. I'm sorry, but just because you can do that doesn't mean it automatically makes the game a hack and slash. I hope you guys know what hack and slash means. It's when I'll explain that. Games like Kingdom Hearts fit that description, but I don't think for a second that the game is easy just because of this. Kingdom Hearts, in my opinion, is way harder than most JRPGs that I've played because of how fast the combat is. You can just button mash and expect to win. You can't just button mash and expect to win on harder difficulties. Most enemies can walk right through your attacks, forcing you to wait for an opening. But back to Final Fantasy VII Remake. FF7R basically forces you to use your teammates. You can't just swing at everything with your Buster Sword. You have to switch it up and use other characters to reach places that Cloud can't reach. There are some foes that are resistant to physical damage, which forces you to use magic on them. And also, magic in the remake is based on the materia system that's in the original, which is given to you throughout the game. And you can also buy them in local stores. Magic is almost completely ignored in Final Fantasy 15. The only way that you can use magic in Final Fantasy 15 is to collect it near camping sites, which is pretty ridiculous if you ask me. But let me just be clear from the gate. There was another guy in my comment section, based on the other video I made that had to do with Final Fantasy VII Remake and Final Fantasy 15. This guy was talking about how the development team that was working on 15, since they were working on Final Fantasy VII Remake, that somehow that these games were going to be the same thing. I refuted that so emphatically. It was just complete nonsense. And even today, like, you can see, like, for your own eyes, especially if you played the game, Final Fantasy 15 and Final Fantasy VII Remake are two completely different games. And to say that they're the same it's just complete and utter nonsense. I played through the entirety of both games, and I just cannot see how they're similar. You can't even jump. You can't even jump in Final 15, but somehow you thought that the exploration is the same. Like, what? In Final 15, you're stuck in a car. You're stuck in a car that you cannot even drive. I mean, it's that stiff. You can't even go off road or do whatever the case. I mean, you can, but you have to use the monster truck upgrade. But that's the only thing that you can do in terms of freedom when you're in your car. Most of the time, you have to just sit there and wait until they get to their destination, because Ignis is going to do all the driving for you. They have a manual option, but all you're going to be doing is holding R2. I mean, Noctis does all the other driving. So, I mean, that's how stiff it is. And with that being said, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share this video. Comment your thoughts in the comment section down below. Let me know how you feel about these two games. You know, how are they different? How are they the same? And also make sure you click the notification bell down below near the subscription button so that you can get all the notifications on upload days. And thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. God bless.